This is Giancarlo Esposito giving a passionate speech.
Every time I watch a movie, he's in it now. And I'm not talking about just new movies. I'm talking about movies from like years and years and years ago. I pop in a movie, all of a sudden his name pops up. I'm like,
that guy's been around since the 80s, dog.
So I'm saying, I just realized this now.
That boy's from the 80s. That guy's been doing stuff since he was really young. So he gives everyone's been giving speeches at the Emmys and then the film festivals, in regards to the state of Hollywood. I want to play this. I would love to get your take, Tom, and then we'll let you out of here. Let's go. Here we go.
Has been the worst summer for movies since 1981. No one is going to the movies. Why? Well, we stacked it upon ourselves, right? So the article points to the reboot is done because it's been used too many times, right? So that's been the strategy to get us all back. But there has to be a new strategy, a new thinking, and some compassion and understanding that money isn't everything. You got to give to get. It's a circle, and that's, coming back to working in LA, we work within the community first, and then it works out, it spins out to the world. We have the ability, we have the artisans, we have the filmmakers, we have the directors, and we have the money. So why not give and take a little bit and bring some enthusiasm back into the theaters so we can all see movies together again. This summer,
1981, he says. I love your thoughts. Yeah.
Gene needs to change his name to something easier to spell and say. My guess is it should be Gene. Giancarlo is a great name.
Stop being such a gringo, man. Come on.
Giancarlo. That's too fucking hard.
You gotta say it like an Italian. It's Giancarlo Esposito.
Carl Esposito, Gene Esposito. Both of those work just fine. Who the fuck is his manager, and why didn't they be more white?
And yet he's had a great career with that.
I know he has, but I still didn't know who the fuck he was until he was in Star Wars. Okay, I'm gonna put it to you right now. And I've seen him in a million fucking movies. I've seen him in, and I didn't realize it until then. But that being said, that's just a thing. Let me get through this. He's not 100% wrong in what he's saying, but he's coming at it from the wrong direction. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I don't know if it has been the worst movie summer since '81. That could be true. I think there was a lot worse years in the late '60s and early '70s. So I don't know about that. There was, because in that period we're talking about when Hollywood was literally going to sell out to all the TV studios and shit, and they were going to shut down. So I don't know about '81 being the worst year, but we'll go back to that maybe at some other point. The other point he's making though is that, we need to be more artistic in these films. We need to give more money to these artistic films. It's like, motherfucker, you're in the place where you're at because that's all you've done for the last few years. It's not the reboots. It's not the remakes. It's not the sequels. It's the fact that they're all fucking woke. That's the problem. And then when every other film is woke, beyond woke, like, what was that fucking, the queer movie with the fucking, the comedy that they spent way too much, like shit like that.
Amelia Perez?
No, that too. But like the other one,
Bros.
Bros, thank you. Exactly. Like, that's the problem, is like, look, there has always been this niche crowd for, gay films, lesbian films, certain things of that genre. That is its own genre. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. But the problem isn't that they've let the artists go run wild. No, the problem is they have let the artists run wild. As I've been saying for the last few years, we need more cocaine and capitalism in Hollywood. What that means is, I don't literally mean the drug. What I mean is the type of mentality they had back then. Does it fucking make money? Does it have explosions? Does it have boobs? That's the things they used to ask. Like, they used to go up to here's your three main choices for the actress. Which one is the most fuckable? That's the way they used to cast these things. They did the same thing with the men. They would be like, you'd have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, and fucking Mel Gibson up on a wall, and they'd ask each woman in the fucking office, which one's more fuckable? Ask Paul Chatto. He's told this story before. They need to get back to that mentality of it doesn't necessarily have to be this fucking Oscar-winning movie as long as it's got something in it that people want to go fucking see. And not everybody gives a shit about gay people eating pudding. That's what that whole fucking joke was in South Park. Because that is every independent movie. They're so far up their ass. As much as I love indie films and the passion and the heart that's put into them, it's because they don't have somebody looking over their shoulder going, nobody else is going to fucking watch this but you. Because they know that already. That's why they're only given $1.50 to make those fucking movies. Unlike Bros, where they spent way too fucking much on it. That's your problem, Hollywood. That's your problem. I don't know where Paulie went. There he is.
I'm right here, man. I just wanted to let you go on a roll, man.
Well, I wasn't even on camera.
No, but you know what? I totally agree that I appreciate Giancarlo pointing this out, but he's kind of part of the problem because I'm
exactly.
I keep thinking, like, wait a minute, weren't you in Captain America 4?
Exactly. No, Hollywood doesn't need to do better. Hollywood needs to make fucking money.
They need to do different, right? They need to make money. And then for him to say, "Oh, and we have the money at the end," I'm like, dude, you know how this works. You know how this works.
You don't have that kind of money if you don't make the Iron Mans, if you don't make the fucking Jaws, if you don't make the fucking Exorcist. You don't have that money, motherfucker. Star Wars, bitch. That's what I'm talking about.
And
nobody was expecting any of that.
He was in Star Wars. He was in The Mandalorian.
Now, in the newer shit, but I'm talking about when the original came out, nobody had any inclination that thing was going to do what it was going to do. But you know what? Yeah. George Lucas was a guy who made a little movie called American Graffiti, and because that movie made a fucking shit ton of money, people need to go back. Look, that movie did amazing in the box office because it cost next to nothing to fucking make. The more money was spent on the soundtrack than the movie itself, probably. And that fucking movie made bank. And the guy's like, I don't give a shit what this fucking Star Wars thing is, but go for it. Here's $10 million bucks.
Here's another problem: is that they'll bring in an indie director that they liked. Not only will they give them carte blanche with the bloated budgets, but they'll like you said, they're gonna take it to an ultra woke, an ultra agenda level where no one watches the movie.
No, we need to get back to the Tarantino days, the Singer days, the days of the Coen brothers before all that. That's where the indie guys would come in, and yes, you do your little indie picture, then you do your Hollywood picture, right? Pulp Fiction put Quentin Tarantino on the fucking map, right? And that was completely different than anything anybody's ever seen before. But at the same time, guess what? Nothing is new in that movie. It's all pulp stories from back in the day, that kind of shit. He just remixed all this stuff you used to see. Look at like Paul Thomas Anderson. Look at, all these other guys that come out of that same era. We don't have these new fresh voices bringing in. Even Nolan is one of the last of those guys. And I think he's overrated as fuck personally, but that's just me. But like, we don't have this like graduatory like system like we used to have. Instead of you doing your own personal little indie film that breaks, and then getting to do your next big picture and getting some money behind you, and then, you get to show off what you really can do. They're just shoving them into a fucking Marvel movie. Nia DaCosta shouldn't be directing a fucking Marvel movie.
Yeah, but that's not her fault. She's going to take the money.
I know,
and do
but that's
it.
my point is this is not the way the system should work.
Right.
I mean, and this is the problem where, James Gunn and others have bitched about Marvel and their whole fucking way they do things. And I think Liefeld and others have pointed this out too. Is that when you go in to pitch a movie to Feige, it's not that I want to do this. It's they just want to hear what they want to do pitched back to them, basically. Yeah. And that's what people have learned.
And here's another problem, because then the directors that we do love that should be doing movies just for the theaters, right, are going to Netflix, are going to streaming. I mean, you're seeing Del Toro do this. I mean, Tarantino hasn't done it yet. And Nolan hasn't done it.
I think that sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is going to be a stream. I don't know if it's going to go to theaters or not.
No,
I think it's being only made for Netflix.
You know where I'm coming from, where it's just like, we're not. I think we're going to get maybe a 2-week window for Frankenstein, and some of the people are saying it was kind of made for television, it looks a little TV. What the fuck is going on here?
That's
Tom?
Another problem. What
the fuck is going on here, man?
That's a problem in how these productions are made, because they're all made the same way.